Today, we'll explain you about space debris removal. So, before we talk about space debris removal, what is actually space debris? Space debris is a human-made objects in space orbiting the Earth which no longer serve a useful function. So, it's basically a garbage located in a space.
Dead satellites and solid fuel rocket is a short list of what you can find out in the deep beyond. And here is the fact there are more than 128 million pieces of debris smaller than 1 centimeter, about 900,000 pieces of debris 1 to 10 centimeters, around 34,000 of pieces larger than 10 centimeters were estimated to be in orbit around the Earth. With that much amount of debris in space, we must be wondering, is it dangerous? If it does, why is it dangerous?
So, the space debris possess hazard to both Earth and spacecraft orbiting the Earth. It could be for satellites, ISS, mirror station, space shuttle, and crewed vehicles. Too much density of space debris can also render the low Earth orbit, or LEO, unusable due to high risk of collision between spacecraft and debris. The debris could also fall to the surface of the Earth and cause casualties. So here's the example of the real hazard possessed by the space debris. On the left, you can see that the impact of space debris striking STS Endeavour on 2007, it creates a hole in the spacecraft. And on the right, you can see a space debris from a defunct satellite which fall to Indonesia in 2017. It makes the road, it destroys the road. If there is an unlucky person there, he or she could die from the falling debris.
There are two ways of dealing with space debris. First is to prevent the formation of space debris in the first place, and second is the active removal of space debris. A large portion of space debris is formed due to in-orbit explosions of discarded upper stage boosters. These boosters explode due to the internal energy still being stored in the form of unused fuel and batteries. Through the process of passivation, these sources of energy are removed from the boosters, minimizing the chance of an in-orbit explosion from occurring. Formation of debris can also be prevented by deorbiting spacecrafts that have already completed its mission. In the future, it is hoped that efforts are being made to develop spacecrafts that minimize debris formation in its operation. Besides preventing the formation of debris, you can attempt to actively remove space debris orbiting the Earth. There are various methods of doing this. One of them is using what is called a laser broom. In this method, a ground-based laser installation is aimed and fired at the front of a piece of space debris orbiting the Earth. At the point of contact with the laser, the material of the debris will be removed, which in turn will cause a small amount of thrust to be imparted to the piece of debris. Eventually, the total thrust imparted to the debris will cause the orbit to decay enough such that the debris will be sent onto a re-entry trajectory, which will cause it to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. Besides the laser broom, several methods have been proposed that use remote-controlled spacecraft to collect and remove space debris. The main idea of this method is to launch a remote-controlled satellite that will rendezvous with the space debris. The satellite will then collect the space debris using either nets, harpoons, or any other collection method. While carrying the space debris, the satellite will then deorbit, causing both the satellite and the space debris to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere.
So, as my friend said before, the following is a way that a remote-controlled vehicle can remove debris. The first one is the harpoon method. As we can see here, the vehicle approaches the debris, then once close enough, it will launch its harpoon and drag it away to be deorbited in a safe environment. The second method that is the net method. In this method, it's very similar to the previous method. The only difference is, instead of a harpoon, it uses a net to capture the debris. That's it for our presentation. Hopefully you find the information useful. Thank you for listening.